Hey everybody, we're the McCollum's. We're two members of the church. We're also work with Chi Alpha Campus Ministry, so we're essentially U.S. missionaries to the college campus, and so we're missionaries to Lamar, right up the road up there. And we've been going to Redemption for about almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in July. It'll be 2 years in July. And we're just so excited about the Multiply campaign here at Redemption. Just to tell you a little bit about where we were. Tithing has always been kind of a thing that we practiced in. We believed that it was important. We've seen the Lord be faithful in our finances, and so we know that tithing is an important thing for us to do. That was a lot easier when I was working my job as a nurse. Once I left my job as a nurse to pursue ministry, that became a lot more difficult for us because that's a decrease in our finances, and then that became even harder. So what part of what we do is we raise support from individuals and churches that make it possible for us to be present on the college campus so that we can minister to students full time. And then right around the time our son was born, the day our son was born, 30% of our supporters dropped off, and that was a shock. One, because we literally just had a kid, and two, that was a serious blow to an already decreased income. Yeah.
And so since then, it's always an act of trusting the Lord with our finances, which I feel like we did pretty well. But after that point, it became just that much harder.
Yeah.
And it became like a source of stress, but we stayed faithful and we trust the Lord with our finances. And so fast forward to whenever we started coming here after we moved back down, we looked at our finances and we realized we have a ton of debt that we need to pay off. And so we made the decision to move in with Jonathan's parents. They had plenty of room for us. And then shortly after that, Multiply started, and we thought, oh, well, we have all this debt to pay off, but we also want to increase our giving. And so we prayed about it, we sought the Lord, and Jesus was so faithful. He said, trust me for more. And so we did, and we paid off all of our debt, and the Lord, on top of that, provided a home that was well within our budget that we were able to move into, that has room for us.
And we also regained more support than we lost initially, and that was a tremendous blessing that the Lord showed us He's capable of.
Yeah, definitely. And it's been so wonderful because the Lord, He cares about us, and we've seen through this that He cares about the little things. And so He cares that we find a house that has a backyard for our son to play in. He doesn't just care that we meet bare minimum, but He is a good God, and He's a good Father, and He loves us well.
Yeah. And so since then, we've seen how Multiply has impacted the community around us. We're direct beneficiaries of Redemption Church, being two missionaries that Redemption Church supports. And so we thank you for that. We're super grateful for that. But we also have students that are grateful for that too. Like, so many of them call Redemption home, that may not have known about it, but for you guys supporting us and allowing us to be on campus. And I just want to encourage you that you are a part of a church that has the call of God on its heart, the Missio Dei, the mission of God, His desire to see people reached for the kingdom. And Multiply is effectuating that through this church at a larger degree than maybe y'all are aware of. There are people around the world who are benefiting from your faithful and cheerful giving. And the Lord He's working amazing things in this church, and I can't wait to see where He takes Redemption in 2 years, in 10 years, in 25 years. Our prayer is that Redemption's one of those churches that are one day celebrating its 150th anniversary as an established church long after we and our children are gone. And this is part of that. And I just want to encourage you guys to continue to be steadfast in doing good and in your faithful and cheerful giving.